Okay, we're online now. Oh, we're over here. That's what the red lights are for, thank you. I want to start with Ed. Thanks guys for sticking around. We got a few minutes online to continue to talk about what we didn't talk about. Ed, what on the Twitter did we not?
Well, you know, there was a lot of conversation, agreement. You know, this is one of those topics where there's, you know, no one's saying get rid of art, you know, like down with the art, you know, which is, I mean, that's kind of good, that's positive. But there was a really great tweet, and I'm going to paraphrase, that talked about, does art reflect the people that are doing it? And it brought up this idea of the 1% versus, I mean, does it reflect truly? Could it, you know, segregate a population of people? And I guess that's bringing in fine art and theater, and you know, when you go to the Fox or you go to a show, do you see African Americans there? I mean, I'm extrapolating on that, that tweet, but you know, how do we change that? How do we affect and ultimately change that?
You know, I have a very specific project about Black fathers with 365 Days with Dad, and I got a lot of comments in the beginning about, you know, fatherhood is such a universal topic, this, that, and the other, though nobody could deny what I was trying to do. And fair enough, a lot of the people that I've painted have actually sent photos, you know, actually white families who believed in my project and wanted to contribute. So they sent me photos of their family and said, paint us as African Americans.
Oh. Really?
So that isn't, you know, I had one guy who really was like pushing, like, come on, you gotta include. And I was like, well, that's not what I'm doing.
What did you think about that when you heard that the first time?
I thought it was great, you know, because, you know, I wasn't doing it to be exclusive, but, you know, I thought about my kids never asked to go to the art museum, you know, because they're not seeing themselves there.
Right.
So art is very, you know, it seems elitist at times. So I think it has the ability to, you know, to grow a lot.
I'll never forget, Tyler Meyer has been on the show. I'll never forget a story he told me of working in Los Angeles with a group of kids, and they were taking them to the art museum, and they said, we can't go in there. Like, they got there and they're like, whoa, that's not for us. It was like an after school program.
Right.
Is that, I don't know, I just bring that up because it came to my mind. I don't know if
I think most people think of art as a luxury, and it's something that cost $1 million, you know, or we have to pay a lot of money to get a good piece of art or something like that. And I think if we can make it accessible to everybody, then it opens up the world of art for, you know, every community, not just the richy riches of the world.
Go ahead, Tara.
Well, also, a lot of art is very place-based, and St. Louis as a city is very fragmented. So I think, you know, this is an interesting topic for the city that we're in. I know that Sloop, we rotate venues every month, and we've tended, especially starting it up or picking it up, to be in places that we know, and that was the neighborhoods that the organizers lived in. And unfortunately with that, we saw a lot of the same people there all the time. We weren't getting like the diversity of ideas or participants. And since we've made more of an effort to be in different neighborhoods, it's totally changed the audience, which has been amazing. But it's difficult. I mean, you have to make a concerted effort here. It's not just, you know, throw a party in the place that you're comfortable. It's like I had to go tour venues in new neighborhoods, and it's just a different thing when you're confined to neighborhoods here, which I think people really are.
I think like the mission of Belas Artes, for example, is to connect people and cultures through art. And in the past 7 years that we are doing that, we have had art from different ethnic groups and different socioeconomics. So we bring to that multicultural center people from all walks of life, because that is the mission, that is our purpose. Even though lately we have been focusing on Latino because of also the diversity and all the stereotype towards Latinos, we think the art can educate the population about the contributions that they have and about their culture. So the fear factor or the misunderstanding can go away by being part of an art event. That is not only paintings, but also we have music and performing art and dance, and it's very inclusive. So, of course, this was the purpose as we started, because when I felt here in St. Louis as a newcomer, I learned about this racial divide and blacks and whites, and I said, and everything in between is where? And my proposition was, well, maybe that everything in between is what can bring a new perspective and new viewpoints to really find solutions and possibilities for the region. And I do it through the arts.
And I think one of the aims of the Regional Arts Commission certainly is to support an active inclusion and more integration of arts in all communities. And to that end, we've given over $80 million over the past 27 years to 6,000 organizations, not only arts nonprofits. And we've also been home to the Community Arts Training Institute. So for the past 17 years, I've been working to train artists, community organizers, social workers, social activists to really make art more inclusive, right, and really activate it and use it as a tool for social change and to really use it to bring people together for collective action.
I was just going to say that one thing that sets St. Louis apart from other metropolitan areas is we do have the Regional Arts Commission, which is a dedicated source of revenue that supports embedded arts. And there was somebody here from Milwaukee a number of months ago, and they were just jealous of the fact that we have this, ongoing source. It's not, we could have more, right? But it really has supported grassroots artists across the region.
You mentioned something to follow up on the story I was telling. The idea was, as an architect, he wanted to improve the place that they called home and their Boys and Girls Club so that they did feel like they could go to that museum downtown or whatever it was to kind of change. So maybe, I think you were talking earlier, the art can be the urban planner or it can be the...
Yeah. I'm actually curious, just with all of these different types of artists and professional art promoters, I guess, at the table, like how you get the word out about your projects or about your events or whatever you're...
Facebook. So it's just got me all over the country. I didn't really think deep about it. There's some people who are masters of social media, but I just really just started posting and people spread the word. So I think you just really, as I always say, art is really about finding that one cheerleader who really shouts you out and tells everybody else about you. You just got to put stuff out there till you connect with that right source, and then,
I think it's a conglomerate of activities that you have to do. Grassroots, getting out on the street and telling people about it. Word of mouth is huge. Social media, obviously, going through mainstream media is still a good way to get the word out if they'll cover it. And like Channel 9 is doing that so wonderfully. I think that's awesome. Yay, Channel 9. And also, just getting people on your side, getting people who are arts enthusiasts to get out there and spread that word about a particular initiative.
Yeah, no, I was going to say.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was a bad faux pas. We were doing side conversation. I apologize.
Sorry, you're being very
good
distracting.
cue. You took that.
There's an art to this, and we don't know it.
We totally missed that one there.
performance.
We'll use semaphore next time. No, the other thing that was brought up a couple times was the idea of commercialism. How art can become, how it could become commercial, and does that change then the accessibility to art? Does that change the price? When you look at, I'm going to go back to Broadway series, tours, the lowest ticket being $60. I mean, it's not very accessible to see Lion King, and I'm not trying to just critique the Broadway series or theater, but that is art. But then again, it goes back to the idea of, can it get too commercial? Can art get
doesn't cost its type, bang out a few keys, I guess.
No, it cost me, but. With Sloop did help. I should say that, Tara. No, it doesn't, and I think that you don't necessarily have to. I was actually going to pose that question before you asked yours. What about the magical internets? And doesn't that make at least the idea to be planted accessible to everybody? I was also going to mention what you were saying on your 365 project and how you just did Facebook. It's basically all it was for me. And the press has been outstanding, and I haven't done anything. There's been no PR. It's been a firm handshake, this charming smile, and Facebook, and that's it.
And the beard.
And the beard.
Yeah, I can't see your smile. It's just a little.
Well, I think in the matter of accessibility, I think a lot of it behooves us as theater artists, and I've been one for years too. That we have to make art accessible to people, and because not everybody can afford that $60 ticket. So we try to offer free tickets here and there. We try to do discounts. We try to offer senior discounts, student discounts, military, even theater artists. We're all, goodness knows, you know, theater artists don't make any money. So we all, you know, we try to let each other in the door for a lower price or free if we can. We have invited dress rehearsals quite a bit in this community, and the theater arts here in St. Louis, I have to say a shout out, because there is a ton of great theater going on in this town, and not just at the Fox or the Rep, but there are a lot of smaller professional theater companies that are doing excellent work.
Gina, what should I have asked you that I didn't? Because no, I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but I mean,
but you did.
But I did.
Where do you get your earrings? Do you make those?
No, friends of mine do.
They're awesome.
Yeah,
see, that's art right there.
Promotion.
Wearable art.
What did you not ask?
I don't know. I know that I see you thinking. And
No, I'm always thinking. I don't know. I want to love on Cindy a little bit, I think, because what you guys were talking, I mean, in answer to the question about how do you get what you're doing, kind of, you know, the word spread, for me, and I think for us, to do with the Pink House, which is a neighborhood, a budding neighborhood gathering space, everything has been word of mouth. Everything, and I don't believe in knocking on doors and kind of like coming in, waving a flag, saying, you know, kind of trying to like, especially, I'm not from Pagedale. I'm not from Pagedale, so it was through building relationships with folks from the neighborhood, and then through that path meeting Cindy, who I joke with her, you know, really lives in the original Pink House, because she's been opening up her own doors in her private home to share her own art practice with young people for over 2 decades. And so the connection with her, the connection to more young people in that neighborhood through her, and just doing wacky, creative stuff with young people who are now applying whoever they are to take care of a place that's also theirs. That's the thing that, and we don't have a Facebook page yet. I mean, it's the kids want to make one, and these things are there. Say that again.
It's in progress.
Yeah.
Cindy, our stream is going to run out on us online here, so Cindy, I'll give you the last word. Is there anything you'd like to send us out on a positive note?
Art is life. It's the art of life. It is love. It is nurturing. It is morals, value, imagination, exploring. It's love. And the kids, to see the sunshine in their eyes, unconditional, just a little bit of time, no money spent, it's love.